Good afternoon. Thank you for calling the Canadian Diabetes Association. Betsy speaking. How may I help you?
Diabetes has reached epidemic proportions. Today we're at the Canadian Diabetes Association to talk to Betsy Lake to find out more. Betsy, I've heard the term epidemic when it refers to diabetes. What are the statistics on this?
Well, currently across the world, we have over 387 million people affected by diabetes, and expected by 2035, we should be expecting close to 600 million affected with diabetes across the world.
Across the world. And why is that? Why are the numbers going up? I thought there was so much awareness.
Well, there definitely is some awareness, but diabetes is unfortunately something without a cure currently. That also being said, there is an aging population. There's lots of issues with health food labels and people understanding what they're putting into their body, and a lack of education on how much exercise is affecting your physical body.
Okay, now I understand there's different kinds of diabetes as well. Could you go through the different kinds of diabetes?
So there's type 1 diabetes, which affects, generally speaking, people under 18. Now, that's not exclusive to that. There is effects outside of above and beyond 18 years of age. Type 1 diabetes is when your pancreas doesn't produce any insulin whatsoever, meaning that you will need to do insulin treatments in order to maintain a healthy life. And then there's type 2 diabetes, which generally affects an older population of people. And that's when your pancreas itself starts to slow down on the production of insulin. So it can, most of the time it does need to be also insulin dependent on treatment, but it also can be prevented with a healthy lifestyle, such as eating healthy, exercising, and just general education on diabetes.
If I was concerned about getting diabetes, what are the things I should be doing that would prevent me from, I'm getting into that age range myself where I should be more cautious of this kind of thing? What are the things I should be changing about my lifestyle?
Well, firstly, I want to hit on the point that type 2 diabetes doesn't affect a certain age group. It does affect anybody. So making minimal changes in your healthy lifestyle will impact a preventative measure. So doing at least 30 minutes of exercise each day, and if you're unsure of what exercise is appropriate, reaching out to physiotherapists for particular exercise plans is always a good idea. And then also healthy eating and portion size is probably the biggest thing. So understanding how much you're actually intaking, when you're intaking it, and then what you're doing to burn off the calories that are affiliated, as well as the sugars that stay within your body and can't be processed with a lack of insulin.
So is it safe to say weight management is a big part of it?
Most definitely. Weight management does have something to do with it. Generally speaking, there can be like a tummy roll that kind of develops with type 2 diabetes. It's not, again, inclusive to that. Diabetes is very strange sometimes in their effects, but weight management is always something that needs to be considered in a healthy lifestyle.
And if I had a friend who had diabetes and I've invited this person to my home for dinner, what should I prepare?
I would always recommend lots of vegetables. So on a healthy diabetic, on a healthy lifestyle food guide, you'll notice that your plate is generally divided into 3 areas. So there's a quarter for meats and proteins, a quarter for grains, and a half plate of vegetables. So nice leafy greens, carrots, always a great thing. So the more vegetables, the better. And what I would recommend is keeping the salt and the sugar off. If you decide you want to add it, please do afterwards, but just keeping it nice and fresh and clean with as minimal added flavor as possible.
Okay, and for dessert?
Well, dessert, you can actually serve some pie. You can serve a little bit of cake. Again, it comes with portion control. So perhaps don't cut that big piece of strawberry shortcake and give them a little bit of a slice. But as a diabetic, or as someone with diabetes, they don't like saying that, someone with diabetes, it is also their responsibility to monitor how much they're intaking at the same time.
Okay, and can I have my glass of white wine?
You know, you can have your glass of white wine, but if you have red wine, there is way less sugar and carbs associated with red wine. So if you make the switch to red because it's a little drier, it's not going to affect you as much as white.
Terrific, good information. Thank you for being with us today, Betsy.
Thank you very much for having me.
To find out more, go to diabetes.ca. For K-Town Source, I'm Donna Chambers.